Okay, let's get started. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm going to just introduce myself just really briefly because I know that's not why you're all here. You want to definitely learn tonight. Education's my heart, of course. But I truly want to talk about what I believe is the missing gap, right, in health and wellness space and what's coming next. I'm Tina D'Angelo. I live in Henderson, Las Vegas, Nevada. I am medically trained, so I have 26 years in a hospital setting, specifically medical imaging. So I'm board certified in abdominal, obstetrics, gynecology, small parts, breast, vascular, all the things, radiology, CT, MRI. My love is sonography. So I wish I could wave my wand over everyone and show them what's inside their body because you would probably be very shocked. But that's also made me really passionate about moving away from the sick system, right, into what I call the holistic healing side of it. So that's really shaped me over the last, 5, 6 years. I'm also a top industry earner. I don't talk about that a lot. Maybe I should. But over the last 10 years in the beauty and health and wellness space, I've made over $500,000. And that's literally just on part-time. So when I share something or am passionate about something, then you know it has to be good because I just don't put my name on anything. I'm a researcher. The science, the technology has to make sense to me. And most of you know that I'm a mom and of four. They still live at home. I don't know why. One might be moving out in a couple of weeks. So we'll see. My oldest is going to be 27 next month, and my youngest is 9. So I'm busy, right? I work a job. I still cover the hospital. I was an educator at UNLV and CSN for 17 years. I taught the next set of nurses, doctors, students, healthcare professionals. So education is at my heart. So I will be speaking a lot about that. But I'm also an entrepreneur. I love helping people in a space that makes sense because, obviously we'd love to help everyone if we could, but it just has to make sense on our time, our value, and where we're going as far as our dreams and goals. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So this is what I want to talk about. And some of you guys may have not really known currently what I'm involved with right now, and I'm just going to talk about a little bit more about that. But I really believe there's a wellness gap. And what I mean is if you go on social media these days, or pretty much anywhere, right? How many ads, how many things are being thrown to you, right? We have influencers, we have experts, we have all these conflicting ideas. Try this, try that. No, this is good for you. Oh no, that same thing is not good for you. It's bad for you, right? There's so much noise. There's so much options, and there's not enough certainty or clarity in what we're doing. In fact, what the medical and holistic professionals that I do work with, it's funny because they say, oh, their clients and patients come to them because they saw something. They saw an expert, they saw something on social media, and then they turn to the people they trust and know to ask their opinion, right? And people don't want more guessing. I love the doctors. I think there's a time and a place for medicine, but doctors aren't gods, right? We've kind of learned that through what we call the pandemic, right? I always tell people these doctors are just doing their best educational guessing. They only know what they know. I work with some very smart doctors, and they have to come to me because I'm specialized. I see and know things they don't know, right? So we're just constantly trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, right? We need simple, scalable, credible tools. Business owners, no matter what you do, right? People want more people coming through their doors, either in person, online, right? People are realizing that they have to monetize, especially with what they already know, right? And I truly believe what I'm going to share is really the missing bridge between technology, personalization, products, and just really simple, easy duplication. So I'm going to really talk about this really briefly, but there's a background story. Okay, this is where it all began. There was two men, actually in Hermosillo, Mexico. Alex Reynoso, he was a top earner. Maybe you've heard of this company, Maluka, for 20 years. But unfortunately, he loved what Maluka did because Maluka, I think, is the only company who actually manufactures debt-free everything from start to finish, right? But he didn't really like their model. So he wanted to take that and change it. But he didn't have the product line. He didn't have like the formulations, the technology, right? He had a goal, he had a vision of what he wanted that to be, but he was looking for the perfect mix. So he met Dr. Tony Rodriguez. Dr. Tony Rodriguez, he is a doctor, and again, in Hermosillo, Mexico. He had clinics. He had one clinic in particular, and he had a year waiting list. He was so good, and I know we can't say this here, but he was literally curing things like diabetes, cancer, right? What happens when our system, right, North America, USA, when people are at their end of their rope, right? They did all the things the doctors did. They did a holistic, the healing, right? People go across the border because they know, right, that they are doing things down there, right? Incredible things that we haven't seen yet. So he was doing all of this intravenously. He wanted to expand his clinics. He wanted to get it out to as many people as he could. He met Alex Reynoso and he said, I have the perfect model. I want to bring what you're doing to that. Instead of expanding your clinics, what if we were able to give access to all of this goodness to the entire world? Right. And Dr. Tony was super passionate about healing and helping people because he grew up very poor, no running water. He watched his dad die of type 2 diabetes and his mom die of rheumatoid arthritis when he was 15 years old, right? Those are two diseases nobody should die from, right? He didn't have access to this good nutrition. That's why he made it his mission to put himself through school. He started his formulations in his garage, which eventually turned him into a famous, well sought out doctor. And now in 2022, right, this is just a few years ago, they came together and they created Vital Health Global. Okay? They are debt free. They own everything. I actually toured the labs in Mexico last June. Alex, they flew me out, me and my husband, paid for everything, 3 days, full transparencies. These are actually pictures of their health centers, the logistic warehouses, the clinics, the labs, the wellness centers. I saw the raw materials. I saw their employees making the products. I went into clean rooms. I saw all their certification and testing. It just literally blew my mind. I've never seen such transparency and certainty in any company, and I would never put my name on something unless I had my own eyes on it. So it made me an absolute believer. So 2023, they go into Latin America, Spanish-speaking communities, 1 million to 4 million. 2024, they expanded into Canada and North America, right? Spanish-speaking communities. This is only Spanish, so they brought it over the border. You're looking at California, Arizona, Texas. And last year, we just truly launched what they call the Anglo market, the English speakers, and started going into Europe, and we made 100 million, right? So this is revenue. This is like the best kept secret. And Europe, Africa, all over the world, it's expanding like crazy. In fact, if you know someone in a different country, I bet you were there, going there, or they're pre-launching there, right? So this is going to be a household name, right? Just like Alex predicted, right? Maluka. He wants Vital Health Global to be the number one health and wellness company, and for sure that's going to happen. I'm so excited for where this is headed. So, what makes this different? Right, I'm all about products. I'm going to talk about four key areas: detox, restore, nourish, and awaken, that really um, brings these nutrients, these things into our cells. Right, so this is just not one product, one tool. It's a whole ecosystem. I'm going to talk about it, but we use nutrients that adapt to your body's needs, adaptogenics. Like I said, the best world-class ingredients, I've seen it myself. They're pulling formulations and materials that I've never seen before. In fact, a lot of these products, I would have to buy at least two or three to get everything they're encompassing in one product. And it's maximum absorption. In fact, I wanted to change my slide, but it hasn't come out yet. We actually have tests from the University of Sonora that they have been doing for years. Because when it comes to our supplements, nutrition, right, we're only as good as we can assimilate or absorb, right? So absorption bioavailability has to be the highest. We use all methylated macro micro nutrients. The testing is in University of Sonora has actually proved, and this is a trademark technology that only Vital Health is going to have. It's coming out very, very soon because they had to have years of proof that through the digestive system, some of our ingredients and formulations are actually absorbed 90%. That's insane. Like it still blows my mind, and it is legit because I spent 2 hours with Dr. Gustavo and he literally showed us everything, which they're again, like they're publishing that very soon. And again, the affordability, right? I have a problem. If it's something I know that people can afford, it just doesn't sit on my heart. And they're literally competing with Amazon prices, right? And you can even get these products up to 80% off, which is crazy to me. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. So I just want to really briefly go over our product line. What stood out with me is they put things in categories, which makes sense because our body is very systematic, right? Our cells, our organs, everything works together. And what I haven't heard a lot of people talk about is detox, right? Opening up the detox pathways. We have to get rid of the things that are holding our bodies down, the inflammation, the heavy metals, the toxins, the parasites, right? And it's not a one-time detox. People shouldn't be going out there doing these harsh detoxes. First of all, it's not super good for your body, but then what happens when you're done? Are you still eating the same food, drinking the same water, being exposed to the same environmental aggressors? Right? So I love their approach because they believe in a whole body daily detox. So these are just products that we naturally put into our regimens that open up these detox pathways so we can get the good stuff in. So let's take the bad stuff out while we're putting the good stuff in. This is where I know I've seen most of my significant health changes. If you guys have seen me, I know it's crazy. I'm 50 years old. And people are like, Tina, what are you doing? You're aging backwards. I'm literally not doing anything except for I know what my body needs and I'm doing it in a systematic order. So these are products that are going to help with your liver, your kidneys, your gut, your overall cells, right? Your liver has to filter everything in your bloodstream. It's the biggest organ in your body, and we are hurting it every day. I see it. I see it over and over, and I see it in the younger kids because they're not getting good nutrition. We are literally eating ourselves to death, and we are malnourished. I have adults that I talk to that have never even taken supplements their entire life, and now they want and now they want a quick fix. Right, that's years of damage. But what if we could have the conversation about being preventative and proactive now? Right. So I love our Organex, liver, gallbladder, pancreas. People don't realize the pancreas, not only does it produce insulin, but it actually produces the digestive enzymes that break down our food. Do you see how this is all related? And the gut is the gateway to everything. 90% of our serotonin, right? It immune response, our nerves, everything. If our gut isn't healthy, nothing in our rest of our body is going to work, right? Mood, anxiety, depression. So we have products like our 40 Flora that's going to help with gut, right? Activated charcoal, magnesium, calcium, just binds everything and flushes it out. We have our herbal teas. One of our best-selling products actually is just a simple herbal tea. It does amazing things. Right? I can guarantee you anyone that's tried it feels lighter, like less bloating, even loses a few pounds, like all the things. I keep it in my fridge, make a big gallon, and we drink it throughout the week. Right. Then we have our tinctures, our glutathione. If you've heard about glutathione, there's a good reason. Glutathione is the master antioxidant. Every cell in our body needs needs this product, right? As we get older, our natural glutathione diminishes. And we even have a new formula that goes along with it that actually has the precursors to not only give you the glutathione, but to help your body make it naturally and to keep the redox, which is the recycled property, to keep it going longer. It literally, if you know your formulas and what your body does, Vital Health gets it right every single time. Right. And if you have disease, disorder, inflammation, even the big C word, right? That means your cells have gone through some free radical damage. What helps with free radical damage? Glutathione, or your own body's natural glutathione. That's why over the counters, your antibiotics has literally depleted your body of this master antioxidant. So to me, that's a non-negotiable. Then we're going to move into our restore line. So these are all products that are going to give you the nutrients, right? The things that your cells need to function. If you know cellular biology, the ATP cycle, right? Everything we need to convert into energy, right? So we open the detox pathways, our cells are receptive. Now we're going to put all these herbs, seeds, roots, all the good things that come from the soil, right? Back into our body. So it's going to help with different things like blood sugar, joints, pain, stress, immunity, sleep, memory, hormones. I'm going to talk about hormone products. They're some of my favorite. And then look at all these amazing certifications. We have like every single one. And we just got the ISO 22000, which is the European's highest standard. And they're working on the last two, which is halal and kosher. If you guys know anything about Europe, I would take their certifications over anything, the FDA, all of it. And we have our Nourish line. These are products that give us foundational nutrition. The things, again, we need, our bodies need, right? Proteins, creatines, amino acids, all of our minerals, vitamins are super greens. We even have an amazing kids line. How many of you, I love the kids line because it was created by a neuropsychologist for children. And she knew that kids' brains are brilliant. These kids that have, um, you know, it- I didn't even want to label them, right? People put these labels like autism, ADHD, all the things. These kids have brilliant brains. It's their guts that are completely wrecked. You add in things like MTHFR. I can go on and on if you want to have a side conversation with me. Hit me up. I have my own. I mean, my oldest is high functioning. I have a daughter who's ADD. I'm like, I wish I would have had these products when they're younger, but the kids love them. They take the Smart Biotics, has 10 probiotic strains, 2 probiotic fibers, all your digestive enzymes. Adults love it too. It's amazing. Your pre's and pros. Your pre's don't work without the pro. So it's pointless if you're taking a probiotic. The defense, vitamin D, C, zinc, all the things. I take it the minute I feel sick. It works amazing. These are all powders. Our Genius Shake, functional mushrooms, omegas, right? Omegas. How many of you guys know that most of us are depleted of our omegas, right? Functional. Like our body cannot live without it. Brain, heart, circulation, everything. Our V dailies, a nutritional drink. It has everything in it your body basically needs. It's like a multivitamin on crack, and it tastes amazing. Our collagen, NAD, resveratrol, hyaluronic acid, bone broth, all types of marine and bovine. It's the most comprehensive. I did a deep dive on the collagen. That's our number one seller, our collagen, for a good reason, because it's amazing and it works. I've never had such great results. We have Nourish, plant-based, right? It has a GLP-1 complex in it. It's a meal replacement. It's an all-in-one, tons of protein, going to help you with weight loss, right? All the things. Then we have our Awaken family. And these are just, so now that we've detoxed, restoring it back, putting in the good nutrition. Now we want energy, right? We want to open our brain. We want to be able to think better. We want to be able to perform better. And this is where our coffee line comes into. How many of you guys drink coffee? If you do, put in the chat or raise your hand, right? I actually am not a coffee drinker, but Americans drink more coffee than any nation in the world. And we have the worst, like the worst coffee, mold, pesticide, like really terrible. And we drink more than any of it. So if you're going to drink coffee, make it amazing. There's so many great health benefits to organic, pure coffee. We have one, our Neuro Cafe helps with cognitive, has a, a bunch of things in there to help with boosting your brain, like some mushrooms. We have the Love Cafe, which is a favorite, helps with hormones, libido, right? Really great one for men and women. And then we have a thermal cafe that actually helps with satiety, weight loss. And then we have our latte cafe, and that is definitely our flagship product. It just came out. It hasn't even been out for a year yet, maybe like 6 months, 8 months, something like that. It's the first of its kind. All 10 mushrooms. If you guys are a mushroom person, there's actually 10 different type of adaptogenic mushrooms, and we put all 10 in there. And it's MCT oil, it's coconut. It doesn't even taste like coffee. I asked Laura, I was at her house. I'm like, yeah, give me a cup of this latte cafe. It was like 8 o'clock at night. Oh, I was like, woo, like like my brain was on fire. It was like natural Adderall. I was able to go to sleep. It wasn't like that, but it just was like I went from really tired to now now I have all these amazing ideas, right? So great way to wake up, add it to everything. We like to mix and match. It's kind of fun. We do all kinds of recipes. We have our V-Energy, which is a non-coffee. It's saffron, right? Guarana. Just that's the one I love. I mix it in with all my morning get me ups. And we have nitric oxide, helps with energy, with circulation, cardiovascular. Again, it's one of our tinctures, and it actually should belong in that category. So I'm going to go ahead and move on because I want to make sure we get out of here on time. So these are two of newest products. These are our hormonal support products. This is what I'm super excited about because they just came out a few months ago. And I always said if Vital Health could do a hormone product, I would be like on top of the moon because I personally suffer from hormonal problems. I've had PCOS for as long as I can remember. I also suffer with Hashimoto's, type 2 diabetes. I know by looking at me, you would not believe it because I am symptomatic free. And I love these products because the Harmony is for her and the Prime's for him. And this Harmony has so many ingredients. I actually have a full-on training where I specifically go through these. I think it's like 25 minutes. That's how much I love these products. This helps women who are menstruating, right? PMS, going through all the changes. It helps women perimenopause, helps women postmenopause, right? It just supports imbalances, everything that could help go wrong with a woman. And it even has the inositol, which is an insulin that helps with the insulin because they're finding that blood sugar, insulin is directly related to hormones, right? It even has probiotics that help with the vaginal intimate area, right? Who thinks of all this stuff? It's like one formula, and it covers everything for a woman. Now, men go through changes too, and that's why I love the V prime. They call it andropause. It's like a real thing, right? And men feel it, but guys don't go, I feel like my hormones are off, right? They say things like, I'm tired, or I don't recover like I used to, or I don't know what happened to my energy. Ding, ding, ding. That means the man in your life needs a hormone support product, right? Their testosterone, right? It starts to wane and fall. They have prostates. That's one of the biggest things I see in medical imaging. These men have ginormous prostates. They don't even know it, right? And in their urinary tract health, but their libido, their energy, they actually did studies. I actually read the studies on these products. They did it on, I think it was the horny goat weed, that they actually did it on a group of cyclists, like endurance athletes. My husband's a cyclist. This is why I love this so much. Every single one of them had increased endurance and energy just from that one ingredient. And I've seen significant changes in my husband. He's 52. His mood, his energy, it's like it's been so pleasant the last couple months. He doesn't want to admit that it's working on him, but I know it is. And if you're a female woman, I'm just going to say you produce a little bit of testosterone. Your cortisol, right, affects the adrenals. Your adrenals produce the testosterone in women. So guess what happens? We're stressed, we're out of balance, our cortisol is out of whack. So our testosterone is too. So I suggest women taking both of these because then you're going to get a full support of all the hormones. So I want to just take the last 10 minutes and we'll wrap it up. So I believe personally, um, I'm all about the practitioner, the clinician, the wellness business owner, the spa owner, the esthetician, the influencer, right? All the people, right? They don't look at this model because they don't think it fits for them. Well, we have a very strong retail side, very strong. And that's one thing that Alex wanted to bring back that's been fading in the space. So this is going to allow professionals to stay focused on what they already do. But think about our professionals, right? They're looking for more than just a product or opportunity, but they need to monetize. They need more visibility. They need more revenue. They need people walking into their doors, right? Seeing what they have. Like I said, there's so much noise out there. What's going to set you apart, right? And this isn't just about the professional, this is about the everyday person, right? You want to be set apart. And so I'm going to talk about that real quick. This is what gets me excited. This is the technology side. I'm going to tell you about some amazing personalized wellness tools and one that you can actually take advantage of right now at no cost. Okay. Stick around. I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to talk about simplified systems, right? So there's no complexity, there's no confusion, right? Just simple, simple, simple. Because I know if I couldn't do it, then how could anyone else do it? Like I'm just literally working from my phone and the nooks and crannies of crazy hectic life, right? That's how we have to do it because we're all busy. In fact, I love busy people because they know how to multitask. Busy people know how to get it done. When someone tells me I'm busy, I'm like, oh, thank you, because you're who I want to talk to. If you tell me you're not busy and you're just sitting around your house all day, then I'd be like, there might be a problem there. Right? So anyway, or maybe you just haven't found the right opportunity, whatever it is. But I'm also going to talk about innovation because we're never going to stop. Like this company is so far ahead of anything that's out there. They're already looking at, what product they can improve on, what product is not out there that the consumer needs, what technology is going to help people empower themselves with their own health. And how many of you know that you can't change people's minds, right? You can't make them do anything, but when we can empower other people to do it for themselves, then the magic happens. It's the biggest mindset shift. That's why I said when I got my act together and I started learning exactly what my body needed, I was empowering myself. I lost the weight, the inflammation came off, right? All the things, my health improved, my blood work went, I'm complete, my whole family's med free, by the way, which If you're on medicine, that's totally fine, right? Meet people where they're at. But what if you could do less? Or what if you could shift away from some things and replace it with others? So I'm going to talk about our quantum resonance magnetic scanner. And this is where my background really comes in. Why are we guessing? Right? We just talked about that. What if instead of guessing, you could actually test your body and your cells could tell you exactly? Like your cells are full of frequency. We are just basically big being, giant beings of energy, right? And I know this through medical imaging. Every cell in your body emits a frequency. Your liver has a specific resonance frequency than your blood, right? So there's normal, and then when there's a shift, a deficiency, high or low, the frequency changes. So it's not rocket science, right? Nikola Tesla, over 100 years ago, actually proved this. Medical imaging is based on Tesla's technologies and innovation, right? He wanted to give this to the world for free. It's been hidden, but the technology, the science has been there. Now we're using the technology and we're using it to actually help listen to our cellular signals. It only takes a few minutes. You get a 128-page report. It tests 45 key functions down to specific mineral and vitamin deficiencies, coenzymes. It tests every organ system in your body, your cardiovascular, cerebrovascular, your gut, your liver, your kidneys, your hormones, right? Everything. They even have a test for kids, 10 and under, right? Test growth factor, ADHD, like some nutritional components, right? What if you didn't have to convince people, right? This is amazing conversation starter. It's about 80 to 85% accurate. Things are going to be underlying, some things are going to be genetic, some things are just going to change hour to hour depending on what your body's doing. What did you eat? What did you drink? Right? Did you get enough sleep? But overall, I don't know if we have time. We have a few people, maybe they could share their results of what's literally happening, the improvements of what's going on inside their body just by using our targeted formulas. And it tells you exactly which products you need. Isn't that cool? Like, no more guessing. What if you could scan somebody? What if you could bring this into your business? What if you could do it to yourself? What if you could do it to your family? And know exactly what's going on. I don't feel really good today. Let me scan myself. In fact, my husband just said that the other day. Right. And then like really target what's going on and have the products and the formulations that are going to work. And then I want to talk about this facial scanner because this is really cool too. And you guys have an opportunity to get it. In fact, Laura's going to drop a link in the chat. So if you're a guest, I want you to grab this link. This is how you're going to claim your free product. It's just a short questionnaire, and you can also get this facial scanner on your phone. All you have to do is download an app, and then you can scan away. How many of you guys have been going through TSA and they do the scans, right? Even your phone. It's amazing what they're doing with technology. And this will also, it's kind of in testing demo mode. Love to get your feedback, love to see what you say, but it also can take biomarkers from underneath your skin, your face. Everything can tell some really great things. It's going to be able to do iridology, right? Reading of your eyes, thumbprint. Again, Vital Health is the first one to have it, right? They're just literally just taking this technology with the advancement of AI and software and everything. It's like imaging, right? Imaging is different 30 years than it is today. It just blows my mind. Imaging's using AI now to diagnose, to read your scans, right? That's all we're doing. We're using this technology to just help you understand more about what your body needs. So why is this a win for everyone? Well, first and foremost, it's super affordable. I've just these prices are amazing. If you get the wholesale membership, you're getting I don't know, anywhere between 30 and 50% off your own products anytime. There's no requirement. Plus, you have access to, 80% off your products. They're really looking at what the consumer needs, but again, because they manufacture their own, they can pass on that savings and cost to us, right? It doesn't cost them a lot to make their own products, especially in Mexico. In fact, I heard the whole logistics, I think they have like 300 something plus employees, cost them $250,000 a year. You brought that to US, it would cost 2.5 million, right? There's just a cost to doing business. And we don't have that overhead. It's flexible. There's so many ways to participate. Like I said, you could be a store owner. I have stores that literally have product on their shelf. The retail model is amazing. They're making anywhere between, markup 80%, 60%, 100% markup on their own products, and they're selling off the shelves. I have a lady who sells like 10 bags of collagen a day because people just literally just buy a bag of collagen, they go tell their friends, and now she's got all these people buying collagen. Um, so it's built for the customer, it's built for the affiliates, it's built for the retailers, the influencer, the builders. And then again, our savings, you can be part of our loyalty and influencer programs, and you don't even have to share this to anyone, right? Just keep it to yourself if you want to. I think you'd be selfish not to, but you can enjoy up to 30% back on your own orders every month. If you buy more, you can get the manufacturer cost up to 80% off. So get back with whoever invited you. They can share more about that. And then our profit potential. Like I said, it's a win for everyone. I don't think there's any real rules. The model's changing the way people do business. So whatever you want to do, it probably works for you. In fact, Laura and I were talking to a lady. She owns a bowling alley. Actually, I think she owns two bowling alleys. And she's so excited to stock Vital Health in her bowling alley. It's funny because I just would never thought of health products in a bowling alley. But we had mentioned, what about a vending machine? Right? That would be super easy because she doesn't have to do anything. They're there, it's protected, and people can grab what they want. I mean, I don't know. We're just thinking outside the box, right? But this is why it truly makes sense for everyone. So this is just really quickly, this is just a comparison, only because these are popular products that people already recognize out in the marketplace. I say make the switch. Like all of our products that we make are better, organic, much, much cheaper, right? Some of you guys have seen the Rise coffee. I think it has 4 or 5 mushrooms, AG1. I mean, Latte Cafe. I mean, I actually had a lady who came to me because she buys Kachava on Amazon. I think she pays $85 for it. Our nurse just blows it away, right? And so there's always something like this. This is what I love that Vital Health is doing, is they're looking for things like this where they can actually save the consumer and you get a much more a better product too. So if you're interested, we do have all of this available through your membership, AI, funnels, automation, right? It's kind of the future, but our company provides it all for free. Our CRMs, our campaigns, opt-ins, quizzes. And then before you leave, I would love for you to test the facial scanner. I it's so easy. Just ask whoever invited you. They just send you a friend invite link. You just download the app for free and you can do your first facial scan. It'd be really fun to see what everyone is. It even does like estimated age and like cardiovascular blood pressure. It does a bunch of different things. But could you imagine just being able to share this with everyone at like no cost? Right? Like, mom, let's, scan yourself. Like, I love the quantum scanner. It's a pulse ox. You have to have physical touch on it, right? It's definitely the most accurate, um, but if you can't see somebody, if you can't physically touch, why not try the facial scanner first? Because they can do it on themselves, right? And so then that takes all the liability, and that's going to be able to connect to things like smartwatches, the rings, the Fitbits. It's a really great tool, and I'm excited to see how they're going to develop that. But definitely try it out for free. Like just test it for us. We'd love for you to do that. And then just to end, we do have membership options and action steps. So again, you can, wherever you fall, this is, I just know people are always ask, well, what do I do? How do I do it? You can be a retail customer. You can just buy full retail. You get 32% off if you subscribe and save. And also refer back to whoever invited you because we do have promo codes for the retail side. It's still better to get your preferred customer your discount than the retail. But sometimes if people are just wanting to look for one or two products, try it first. That might be a way to go. A preferred customer is $30 a year. It's kind of like a Costco or Sam's membership. You pay $30 membership, you get all your products at wholesale, you get special promos, discounts, bundles. So again, you're just like a preferred member. And then if you want to take it a step further, you can actually use that membership and earn. Because every membership comes with its own account, links, friends, family, mom, sister, and you can earn rewards immediately, which you can even apply to your own products, right? And then the preferred customer and their affiliate, they get to earn cash back reward credits on their own products. You just have to do a 50 PV or more monthly, and then you start to earn those, and then you can apply those to your own products. So you get huge savings, and it's kind of fun when we get products for like what, 5, 6, 7, $10, right? You can't beat it. So if you're all in, I do suggest the biggest pack because it's got 81 products. It's like $3,300. It's an automatic 20% off below wholesale. A lot of people want to stock products, sell products, sample products. You're all in, right? I know a few of us were definitely like that. Actually, probably most of us. But once you find out, you also get a scanner for half off. That's another perk. And your rewards and qualifiers go down with an elite pack. So just something to think about. Our scanners are normally 300. If you buy any of our welcome packs, you can get it for 300, or it's 150 with our biggest pack. Or if you're in a budget, do something mid-range. 300, get 19 products, and you can customize them. So you can put whatever you want in it. So they have set packs or just pick what you want. But just again, reach back whoever invited you, because they can definitely get you the best setup and the best recommendations. And then again, if you're into that builder side community, we actually call ourselves the Rise and Thrive Collective because it takes a collective of people to really make the whole picture, right? It takes all of us working together. We're all different, we all have different goals, but our vision is the same. And I'm a big believer in that because this is all about service to me. If I couldn't serve people, then I wouldn't be here, right? And the more people I serve, right, the more indirectly that helps all of us. I can only serve people in the hospital between two concrete walls, right? It brings me no joy. I want to help a lot of people. And I've ordered to do that. This model, this company, these products, it is truly the best thing I've seen. Probably my entire time of even being in the health and wellness space. So plug in, launch, earn. We're here to help support you. We have all the tools. I'm kind of a little overkill when it comes to education, training, and generosity, to a fault. So take advantage of that. So thank you so much for being here and listening in and sharing a little bit about what my heart is. I truly believe the next era of wellness is here. And thank you so much. I know we're kind of right ending at that hour. So if you stayed on the whole time, thank you. Did we get the link in the chat, Laura? Yeah. And if for some reason weren't able to grab that, just reach out to who invited you, but you definitely fill that out. Get your free product. And then I'm actually doing a Wellness Wednesday, or I have a replay because I get it. But tomorrow night, I will be doing a deeper dive of the science. I do it for the whole company. I'm on the Wellness Advisory Board. Maybe I forgot to tell you guys that. So I have access to all the goodness here. So I do a deep dive where I actually walk you through each one of those products. Or you can even go to the website, learn more about them. It's really, really simple. I love how they've laid everything out. But thank you for being here. I didn't see any questions in the chat, so either that's good or bad. Either covered all or maybe got to stew on it for a minute. But yeah, grab that form and then we'll talk to you guys later. Again, we have some great people here. Thank you all for showing up. And maybe we'll see you on the next one. I do this about once a month, so it's not overkill, but I always have a replay as well. So anyway, you guys have a fabulous Tuesday, okay? Thank you. Go eat dinner. Go see your family. Go feed your dogs and your kitties if you have them. So, bye-bye.